morning, YouTube BitChute users, anybody who this might make it to. Time for me to make a weekly journal entry. Actually, it might be more like a daily now because I did one earlier too. I didn't get a chance to upload it yet, but I'm going to upload it today. So I'll be uploading 2 videos today. One from about 2 days ago, and then this one as well. We've had some tropical storms here in the tri-state area, and power's been out and communications have been out. So I've been unable to find the time to upload when I do have internet access. We had a lot of rain, probably about 4 or 5 inches of rain, and a lot of wind. A lot of trees came down, took down a lot of power lines, and a lot of we only have I believe we only have cable internet up by us. So I just got internet access back last night, and been without power for about 35 hours or so, and looks like it's not going to be restored until maybe 7 o'clock this evening, or maybe not until 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. The electric co-op that we're part of has not been able to nail down a precise date for us because they got so much stuff down and they're so overwhelmed. Not a big deal. Got a generator, so although the rest of the neighborhood has been without power, I'm one of the few who's planned ahead, knowing that we lose power quite often in our area. I mean, I think the last time, it's usually like 2 or 3 times a year. Sometimes it's for maybe a couple hours, and sometimes it can be for a couple days. So I know this. I've had this experience for 10 years where I live now, and I think it's probably about 2 or 3 years into moving where I live at, where I decided, you know what, excuse me, must be the COVID-19 getting me. But yeah, so about 2 or 3 years into living where I'm at right now, I decided to purchase a generator, and been running it pretty much since 7 o'clock in the evening Tuesday night and all day yesterday. Turned it off for maybe 4 or 5 hours in the evening, and started up again in the morning. Office was out without work, without power as well, so wasn't able to perform much work yesterday, get much work done yesterday. Driving down a major highway here, 23 South, and you can see traffic lights are still out, so it's not just in my neighborhood that the power's out, but down here in Foundland and West Milford, the power's out as well. So it's kind of slowed things down a little bit for everybody, I think, but still had the creature comforts. It's nice to be able to still take a shower and make sure that your food stays cold and everything and doesn't get destroyed. You don't lose all your food. We have a lot of meats, fork to farm meats, stored in the freezer, in both of our freezers at our house, and it's a lot of money, probably maybe $250, $300 worth of food that we have stored in the freezers that we would lose if those freezers were not operational. So the generator keeps that food cold, which is good. So when the crisis comes, even though this is a mild crisis, relatively speaking, at least we're able to get through this, able to get gas. So still had lights and able to take a shower and warm water and able to flush the toilets. Where I live, it's all wells and septic systems, so everything runs on pumps. So you don't even have water if the power goes out. Can't even flush the toilet. Can't take a shower. There's some things we can't do. Can't wash clothes because, can't use the range because we have electric range. So, unable to do those things. Little oversight on my end. Maybe should have purchased a little bit more of a powerful generator, but my funds were limited at the time. So when I do, I have some money coming to me that I'm going to buy crypto with and do some other improvements to my home and my, I'm going to purchase a pickup truck too. But one of the things I'll do with some of that money is I'll probably do an upgrade to the generator to make sure I have a generator that is able to power everything in the house, so it's like nothing ever happened if we had the power go down. I'm not gonna spend $10,000 and get a propane tank buried in my house, in my yard, and have the automatic generator put in. I don't know. Maybe I'll get propane. No, get a propane tank anyway, though, and at least have the smaller generator that I'll still have to labor to start up and pull out and everything. To run everything, just because if you have a propane tank, it lasts a lot longer than having to keep going and getting gasoline at the gas station. Could be a little bit better of an upgrade. So running on limited resources here, but it's not a big inconvenience. Didn't go to work yesterday, but it's just one of those things where you kind of see the evil day coming, as the book of Proverbs says, and the wise man hides himself from it. So one of the things that I've used to hide myself from the evil day of not having power is to have a generator. It will get you by for a period of time, unless it's a major crisis and without power for a long time in large regions of the area and you can't get any gas. But for the normal, power outage of a couple days or whatever, and it's only in isolated areas, and I'd be one of those isolated areas, it works well. So just something you may want to put into your contingency plan. Alternative sources of power. Someday, it would be nice if I could figure out how to get some solar panels on my house. My area is not really suitable for it. I got a lot of trees. I've got a colonial house where the half the house on the walls is a pitched roof. It's very steep, so it's not really suitable for placing mounting solar panels on, or for the sun to hit those solar panels. So something I got to continue to think about, because I'd like to have long-term alternative power in the event that we have a total collapse, because electric power will be hard to come by. Or if they start controlling the grid, deny you power because you didn't get the vaccination or whatever it may be. But anyway, so yesterday, as soon as I got in the area where I can get Wi-Fi internet access and start using my phone, I was at my in-laws' house. It was only a couple minutes away from me, but they had power, and actually it wasn't Wi-Fi. I could have used the Wi-Fi if I wanted to, but in the valley where I live, from where I live, where my in-laws live, there is some cell coverage. So as soon as I got cell coverage, I got notification that my iPhone has a software update available for iOS 13.6. Now, as you may or may not know, iPhone has released one other iOS update since the COVID-19 event started, and if you have read the description on that, I think it's 13.3 or 13.5, I'm not sure exactly what it versions. The level that I'm at right now is 13.1 because I refuse to update my phone because there's hidden apps in there and backdoors for tracing your location for the purposes of contact tracing. And it even said this in the beginning when they first released 13.3 or 13.5, whatever the upgrade is from 13.1, that there was contact tracing support in the phones, and you would get that with the update. And then later on, they removed that from the description. In fact, even if you went online and checked at Apple's website, it didn't even talk about anything about the contact tracing support. Probably about a month and a half after they released the update. So they were slipping these things in there, and you wouldn't even know about it if you weren't paying attention. So I turned my automatic updates off on my phone, and there's actually when it notifies you, you actually have the option of not installing the update. But what I did notice was with this 13.6 iOS update, they were pushing it, and unless you're really paying attention and you do a certain routine, you're going to end up having this thing automatically installed on your phone. So be careful, watch out for it if that's the kind of thing that you're watching out for, like I am. I don't want any contact tracing apps on my phone. I don't want any symptom app or anything like that, because that's what the description talks about in the iOS software update 13.6, is that there's support for reporting symptoms and things like this, and who knows what else is in it, because obviously at this point they're not being totally transparent about what they're pushing down to you in the updates. So I've decided that I'm not doing any updates as long as I can possibly get away with it, and hopefully I'll be able to get away with it for a real long time. My phone will still work. I would imagine at some point my phone's not going to work anymore if I don't do the updates. But so I get the notification that there's an update, and it doesn't give me the option when it gives me a notification to not to install it. It only gives me two options: install now, install later. So, and my automatic updates are turned off, mind you. So if I didn't have if I had my phone plugged into the wall charging at about 3 a.m. this morning, that update would have automatically been installed because I pushed it yesterday. Install later, right? And I saw I'll deal with this later. And I wasn't really paying close enough attention. I didn't address it right away. I said, well, they're not going to automatically push it because I have automatic updates turned off, but that's wrong. As long as you have the phone plugged in and it's early in the morning when, typically Apple does its, iOS updates, then you're going to end up with that update on your phone, and you won't even know it unless you check it out. So what I did this morning was I got another notification because it said that the update was not installed because my phone was not plugged in, being charged. And what I did was I went into my settings after that, the general settings, and when you go to the general settings and you go to the update, the phone will search for updates. It'll tell you that the update is available, and it'll tell you that it's going to be installed later. So then you have and it'll give you a description of what the update has in it as well. And then it even has a link where you can go online to learn more about the update. And sometimes it gives more information, sometimes it doesn't. What I found with 13.5 or 13.3, whatever it is that's above 13.1, they're not being very transparent, because in the beginning they gave one description that was very detailed, and then as time went on, they made the description much more general, and so now you don't even know what you're installing on your phone. They told you contact tracing support in the beginning, and then later on, a month and a half, 2 months after the update, you didn't see anything about contact tracing support, but it's still there. They didn't take it out. So anyway, so this 13.6 update, as I looked in the general settings portion of my phone, told me that I was going to, install this update automatically, and there is a button there where you have the option to cancel the automatic update. So you actually have to deliberately, even if you have automatic updates turned off, you have to deliberately turn off the automatic update, or else Apple is going to slip this update into your phone and you won't even know about it. So keep your eyes open for that, and try to be aware of what's happening with your phone, because the company that makes your phone will slip updates into your phone without you really even being aware of it. I mean, you might have some awareness of it, but if you're not careful and you don't follow up with it, you've basically consented to having the update installed on your phone, and who knows what they're putting on it, whether it's contact tracing apps or an app that makes sure you have your mask on or whatever. Who knows what it all entails, but I don't trust it, whatever it is. I don't want software coming onto my PC or my phone that I don't fully understand what it's doing. And if everything's working fine with my phone or my PC, why do I have to have an update automatically installed anyway? I should be able to have the option always to install my update, and they shouldn't be trying to be slick and trying to slip that update in there without me knowing about it. That's what kind of annoys me about Apple and Microsoft. These are the kind of things that they do. And, you know that these are special interest companies that take money from government organizations and other corporations to take your information and compromise your privacy. And we never read the terms of use, or accepting the terms, as it were. We never read all that stuff. It's like, if you were to read some of these terms, it takes you take you hours to read through some of these terms, and nobody ever does it. They just they scroll through it and get to the bottom and check off that you accept the terms and do what you got to do, right? So I would always, unless you know what you're putting on your phone, unless you've read those terms and you understand it, you got to be careful about what goes on your phone. I mean, I'm guilty of it too, but one thing I know is that these updates, I don't want them going into my phone without me knowing about it. All right, so and the crypto part of things, I'll give you a quick follow-up on that. I was actually able, with Bittrex, able to start. For some reason, Bittrex was not even connecting to my bank account, but I attempted to do it on Tuesday when the power went out, and my transaction got declined, but it didn't get declined this time from Bittrex. This time it got declined from my bank end. When I sought to deposit the funds, when I sought to fund my Bittrex account on the Bittrex exchange to start buying crypto, I got through all the forms to fill out, and it didn't give me a decline message. But then I filled out a form that popped up from my bank, and after that it got declined. And then I got a phone call from my bank saying that loss prevention, and their corporate headquarters, saying that there's some suspicious activity on my account and this and that, blah blah blah. So I followed through with that, and it turned out that it was that transaction because it was for the same amount and everything. And so I squared it away, both with the robocall through the prompts and the recording and stuff like that. And then I also called and talked to somebody live and made sure that I'll be able to push this transaction through to start buying some crypto on Bittrex. And and I'm going to try it actually today and see how it goes, and I'll give you a follow-up on that. But looks like I'm going to be purchasing some Bitcoin today, so I'm kind of happy about that. You know, it's not a big purchase, but it's a start. And like I said before, I've got some money coming to me that just needs to be liquidated for some estate settlements from family members that have passed, and all that money is going into crypto and other things that I need in my preps, because I am somewhat of a prepper. I'm not as an enthusiastic or you know, as much of a prepper as I'd like to be, but I do have some preparations put in place just in case everything folds or we have some small crises that I have to deal with. And one of those things that's going into my plan now is crypto, and I'm excited about that because I like to be able to know that if things go bad and spokes fly off the wheel of the wagon, or if all the wheels fly off the wagon, that I have something to fall back on that's going to, you know, make sure that my family is protected, at least partially or fully, where we can have some comfort and we can be protected as well. So that's all for today. I guess I'll go ahead and end it there, and keep you posted on the crypto and whatever else comes up. Have a great day. Be productive. Work heartily unto the Lord, not as unto men and pleasing them, and but work as if God is watching you and you want to please Him. And if you don't know what that's all about, just start reading the scriptures, because there's a lot of information there that's helpful to you. Even if you don't believe in Christianity, there's still a lot of wise words in the Bible that will help you out. All right, have a great day.